basketball game night on the Big East Digital Network presented by SoFi. Tonight from a sparkling Cintas Center in Cincinnati, Ohio on the campus of Xavier University, the DePaul Blue Demons visit the Xavier Musketeers. I'm Mike Schmaltz, joined by the voluminous basketball mind of Rich Hoyt. And Rich, the DePaul Blue Demons off to a great start here in conference. They were the preseason favorite to win the conference, and we take a look at the standings. They're off to a 5-0 start.
Yeah, business as usual for Doug Bruno and crew. You see after today's games, DePaul now with a 2-game advantage in the Big East Conference, and they are looking to continue their dominance of this conference, which they've held for the last 7 years.
See the Creighton Blue Jays and Villanova Wildcats close behind Marquette and Butler battle tonight in Indianapolis. Then Seton Hall and St. John's in that tight battle as well. And then the Xavier Musketeers picked up their first victory in conference last week at Georgetown.
Yeah, Mel Moore's crew really got to shooting the ball extremely well. Had a season high in points and really shot the ball well. And it was a much-needed win for this Xavier team.
Take a look at one of the best players in the Big East. That's Kelly Campbell for the DePaul Blue Demons. She's going to be a huge impact on tonight's game.
Well, I think Kelly Campbell is one of the most underappreciated players in all of college basketball. She does so much for this team. She's the Big East active leader in assists, rebounds, and steals, and also leads the country in assist-to-turnover ratio by a large margin.
Ariana Gray's been a big force for the Xavier Musketeers, but starting to get some help here with Aaliyah Dunham at the point, starting to round out this Xavier attack.
Yeah, Aaliyah Dunham is playing her best basketball of her career at the point for the Musketeers. Had a 20.9 assist outing last week, and she's second in the Big East in assist-to-turnover ratio, right behind Kelly Campbell.
Aaliyah Dunham had a career-best 9 assists against the St. John's Red Storm back on December the 29th. She is 4th in Big East assists per game at 5.6 per game. The Blue Demons and the Xavier Musketeers will do battle when we come back on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
About to lift the curtain here on the Xavier Musketeers and the DePaul Blue Demons at Cintas Center in Cincinnati. Mike Schmaltz and Rich Hoyt with you. And Rich, the DePaul is under a solid starting lineup here tonight. We'll take a look at Deja Church, a transfer in from Michigan. She was eligible right away, and this is a player that they loved recruiting her out of high school.
Yeah, and Doug Bruno really likes what Lexi Held and Sonia Morris, 2 sophomores, have provided for this team this year, and some extra scoring. They're combining for 30 points per game.
And for the Xavier Musketeers, we told you about Aaliyah Dunham having a great effort at the point of late. Sarah Leyendecker really lighting it up inside for the Musketeers. An inside presence, Lauren Wasselson an outside shooter, and Kerry Gross can drive the basketball from the wings. Yeah,
Leyendecker really has improved throughout the course of the season, averaging 10 points in Big East play. Has really given Mel Moore an inside presence.
DePaul starts tonight, number 14, number 15 in the country. The number 14 ranking in the AP poll is the best for the DePaul Blue Demons since they finished the 2010-11 season number 9 in the country. So Doug Bruno, a fantastic run with these DePaul Blue Demons. His 34th season, 709 victories at DePaul, and even more as a head coach.
Yeah, and Mike, I think for tonight, for DePaul, it's business as usual. As I mentioned in the opening, they're going to pick up, I think, full court. I think they're going to pressure Xavier, try to force some turnovers, and they're just going to get it and go anytime the ball comes off the rim. For Xavier, they have got to take care of the basketball. DePaul loves to turn you over, and they got to shoot the ball well from three.
Sarah Leyendecker shot takes Stonewall into the center circle. Tip is away and is picked up by Kelly Campbell. Our officials tonight, Joe Vasili, Maggie Timon, and Mark Resch, veteran crew, on here with you here in Cintas Center. So DePaul's first possession. And up top, Lexi Held. She's a product from Burlington, Kentucky, and Cooper High School, just across the river here from Cincinnati. Good drive inside from Church. She lost the basketball out of bounds, and a turnover to start the evening for the DePaul Blue Demons.
Pretty good defensive possession by Xavier. You know, DePaul really likes to get it and take the first good shot that they have, and Xavier forces a turnover.
DePaul turns it over 13 times a game. They're +9, so a rare start for the Blue Demons. This is the first three from Wasselson, well off the mark, and the rebound down for Deja Church. Quick outlet for Held out to the wing. Three is away. That's no good there for Kelly Campbell. Rebound inside for Held, going back up, and that was blocked by Wasselson and taken away.
Saw Xavier take a quick three in their first possession. I think it's really important that Xavier makes those when they're open, because if it's not, DePaul's going the other way really quickly.
There's Lauren Wasselson, and a whistle away from the basketball. That is a first foul against the Xavier Musketeers. See Doug Bruno there, 34 seasons. We mentioned the 709 victories, 15 seasons in the Big East, 173 and 68. And his 700th collegiate head coaching victory, December the 1st against Northwestern.
And a finalist for the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame.
Held short from three, cleaned up there by Campbell. The shot from the free throw line, no good. A rebound off with Ari Gray.
See if Xavier can make DePaul pay for this pressure.
Gray with a floater inside. That's off the back of the rim, no good. And look at Sarah Leyendecker battling for the Musketeers. Off for Carrie Gross. Glass and good, and the Musketeers lead it 2-0.
DePaul likes to leak out a couple players. They don't send all five to the defensive boards.
Three away there for Sonia Morris, and an immediate answer by the Blue Demons.
Sonia Morris can really fill it up against two pretty good programs, Oregon State and Notre Dame. She's scored 29 in each of those contests.
And 17 against St. John's and 18 against Seton Hall last weekend. Steal here, turnover. Church out to the wing. Stonewall shot away. That's short. Another rebound down for Ariana Gray. And a foul coming here against the DePaul Blue Demons. Musketeers coached by the first-year head coach Melanie Moore. 2-14, 1-4 now in Big East play. She comes over from a Michigan program where she worked with Kim Barnes-Arico from 2012 to 2019. 156 and 85 with the Wolverines. 3 NCAA tournaments and 4 WNIT berths in that stretch. Kim Barnes-Arico, of course, started her career on the bench at St. John's before moving over to Michigan and gave way to Joe Tartamella, still there with the Red Storm. Musketeers have the shot clock down to 9. Ari Gray floats inside, got through traffic, got it to the rim. Not rewarded. Kelly Campbell away with the rebound. Quick release here for Held. Held thought about that three, went inside and scored.
Nice take by Lexi Held. You got to close out long on her because she's such a good shooter.
Here's the full court pressure. DePaul known for this attack. DePaul ball. The phrase coined by our friend China Robinson. Crossover here for Leah Dunham. Stifling straight up defense here for the Blue Demons. Wasselson finds a little lane, got it up and in, and Lauren Wasselson drives it to the hole to bring the Musketeers back within one.
Well, you can see Xavier does want to put it on the floor, get to the basket. As Morris misses, gets her own rebound. And, you know, St. John's really was successful at times on Sunday against DePaul. DePaul came away with a victory, but when St. John's was playing their best, they were attacking the basket with those talented guards that they have.
But Bruno says everybody sees us as the running team, and that's his style. He's okay with that, but the back end of that is you've got to rebound and you've got to play defense, and they really work on the half-court, quarter-court defenses. Ariana Gray picks up the blocking foul inside against Stonewall.
Yeah, you can see Stonewall has matched up against Ari Gray, and I was really curious how Doug Bruno was going to handle Ari Gray because she can put the ball on the floor and attack the basket. Stonewall, as valuable as she is to this DePaul team, be interesting to see if Ari Gray could generate some kind of foul trouble out of Stonewall.
It's the second foul for the Blue Demons as Ariana Gray to the free throw line. She picks up the easy point. Gray for the season is 61% from the line. I'd like to see that improve a bit in the Xavier camp. Gray hits the second to give the Musketeers a second lead here early. Streaking in, Sonia Morris just blew past the defender on the left wing and knocked it in for a DePaul lead. It's Kerry Gross, the sophomore, out there.
Going to have an offensive foul called, illegal screen on the inbounds play. I believe that was Ayanna Townsend.
That is against Ayanna Townsend. Xavier's second, Townsend's first here in the quarter. Lexi held good mid-range, got that over Wasselson. Soft off the rim, wouldn't go, and Ariana Gray sweeps in for the rebound.
That's interesting that Ariana Gray, her rebound, she's getting it and going.
Contact, and that'll be an offensive foul against Gray. Taking a pretty good hit down there. That looks like maybe Sonia Morris took the brunt of that blow, and she did. Ariana Gray's built her game on aggressive play, done a fantastic job for these Musketeers. 11 times in double figures this season, 4 double-doubles.
Yeah, and she's one that Xavier really cannot afford to be put into foul trouble. As important to any team in the Big East Conference is Ariana Gray.
Been on the Big East weekly honor roll the last 2 weeks. Ball inside. Townsend going to pick up another foul. Townsend's second, Xavier's fourth year in the quarter. Morgan Sharp's going to come off the bench for the Musketeers. A 5'10 freshman from Granville, Ohio. She's averaging 6 points a game, but had a huge outing with 6 threes against the Cincinnati Bearcats here last month. Courtney Prenger also into the ballgame for the Musketeers, a 6'1 freshman from Minster, Ohio.
Well, Morgan Sharps, you mentioned she just came in the game, Mike. She's one really that it's going to be interesting because in a wide open, Church makes the first free throw, in a wide open, up and down type game, usually you're going to get some open shots, and Morgan Sharps is one that can knock those down on a very consistent basis from Elmore.
Church is 82% for the season. That's another area Doug Bruno's worked on with his team, is getting to the free throw line. He'd like to see Daisy Church there as much as possible. Well-rounded player. Almost stolen there by Held. Wasselson comes up with it for the Musketeers. Crossover there for Dunham.
Thought Dunham got away with a push-off there.
3 here for Leyendecker, and that one soft off the back of the rim. Prenger comes up with a rebound. Shot clock reset to 20 on that rebound. Sharp's in trouble here with 7 to shoot. Wasselson puts it up and could have made an argument for the foul there, but nice discipline on the right wing from Daisha Church. Brings up our timeout with 4:42 to go here in the first. Musketeers and the Blue Demons keeping it tight here in Cintas Center.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
Xavier University
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a Musketeer,
And now,
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in. I think SoFi Money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Locked in here in Xavier Cintas Center with the DePaul Blue Demons holding a 3-point lead over the Xavier Musketeers. 4:42 to go in the first. DePaul off to a sluggish shooting start. They shoot 43% from the floor for the season and just off to a 27% start here tonight. Take a look at this series, and DePaul leads at 16-1. Started off great for the Musketeers. They won 82-72 on January 23, 1984. Haven't been in the victory column since against the Blue Demons.
Yeah, it's been pure dominance for DePaul. But what's interesting is these last two games played at Cintas Center have been decided by a combined 3 points. So Xavier has been right there here at Cintas Center matched up with DePaul. We'll see if anything changes tonight. Maybe they can get over that hump.
Game here went to overtime last year in the first meeting, and then DePaul really cleaned it up well in the second meeting between these two. In Chicago, asked Doug Bruno what may have been the difference in that game. He says, you know, every game has a different life of its own. It might have been that DePaul was playing at home last year. That second meeting, 81-48 DePaul. It was 73-71 in the overtime game here. Blue Demons back to it. Church working on Pringer. First touch there for DePaul. It's into the game for the first time. It's Lexi Held, good step out, and Held drills a three.
You mentioned, Mike, Lexi Held playing near home, just from Burlington, Kentucky, right across the river in northern Kentucky. Outstanding player for Nicole Lewandowski, a former Xavier player, her high school coach.
Leindecker tracks it down, finds Dunham, who's been quiet to start the game, and gets her first two of the evening.
Xavier now with 3 offensive rebounds.
Ball tipped out on the far sideline there by Kerry Gross. Good matchup here for the Blue Demons with Campbell on Dunham. Stonewall. Easy, too, from the side extended.
Well, you got to crowd Shantae Stonewall from wherever she is. She's got a really good shooting touch from all over the floor.
Whistle as that ball came out as DePaul worked its offensive set. Paul sends Maya Stovall onto the floor. Kelly Campbell going to come off. Also into the game, Sonia Morris returns after taking that big charge from Lauren Wasselson.
That's 6 turnovers now for Xavier. Their full court pressure from DePaul really bothering the Musketeers. Even when Xavier has been able to get the ball across half court, you know, they just seem to be bothered and uncomfortable when they are going the distance.
Turnover there, and Morgan Sharps right in the lane for the Musketeers. See if Xavier can capitalize. Asia Ross off the bench for the Musketeers. Comes back from a 2-game absence due to an ankle injury. She can do some nice quiet things defensively for the Musketeers. Ross gonna try a shot, it's an air ball. Picked up by Held, long outlet here. Sonia Morris, center of the lane, can't get that to go. Good cleanup on the baseline for the rebound. 2 is away from the wing, and Maya Stovall converts.
Well, what makes DePaul so difficult to defend is that everybody out there can shoot the ball from behind that 3-point arc. It's really hard to give help anywhere because you've got to guard everybody out there.
Yeah, good look there from Stovall, settled in. It's just her 9th second three of the campaign. Break out there for Carrie Gross.
Yeah, every once in a while you're going to be able to get that from DePaul. They gamble so much.
Good play inside as Campbell losing her balance. Actually, inside, that was Bekelja losing her balance and shoveling it off the Stonewall, who was able to convert. So DePaul stretches the lead out to 9. That's how quickly the Blue Demons can get on you. A couple of turnovers, a couple of quick plays forward, and all of a sudden, DePaul's got you down by 9. Pull up here for Carrie Gross. Left-hander gets it to fall.
Yeah, I talked earlier about how Xavier might want to try to attack, go off the dribble, and get to the basket. Carrie Gross is one of those players, I think, really that Mel Moore should target as somebody to attack.
Good drive inside there for Morris, too strong, and a rebound off for Morgan Sharps. Pringer up top, minute 20 to play and 9 to shoot. Pringer in trouble. Stripped of the basketball by Kelly Campbell.
Great ball pressure.
Outlet forward, and the Musketeers were there with Morgan Sharps. So Sharps with a couple of steals here in the first, and Sharps will push back. Ball over for Gross. Good catch. Good pull-ups. Poise for Carrie Gross. 8 on the evening here in the first quarter. Stonewall quickly back and a throw up an ill-advised shot. That ball out of bounds. Stonewall looking for the foul there. Wasn't committed as Courtney Pringer held her ground on the baseline. And Xavier with a little burst. Now down to a 5-point lead. Leyendecker into the corner for Wasselson. Xavier going to try to find its way out of a double team deep in its backcourt. Good handle there for Leah Dunham, trying to go coast to coast. Dunham with a scoop, gets it to fall.
Well, again, DePaul gambles, and Leah Dunham just able to take it all the way.
Down to the baseline, a foul committed there by the Musketeers. That's Sarah Leyendecker. Leyendecker's first, Xavier's 5th here in the quarter. Kiara Dolman to the free throw line. But Bruno thinks Dolman can be a real asset, transferred in from Iowa Western. And she misses her first free throw. Started the night 83% on the season. You'd like to be able to complement this attack with a big post presence, and Dolman can fill that role. She knocks in the second free throw. Lead back to 4. 34.2 seconds. 3 away from the top of the key is short. Leyendecker tries to wrestle for the rebound. Great save inbound by Lauren Wasselson. Sharps ahead, and that ball intercepted. Nicely done in space there by Sonia Morris. DePaul can hold for the last shot.
DePaul doesn't hold for shots very often, but they might right here, Mike.
In trouble, that's Stovall. The ball is going to be tied up. It'll be a held ball. It'll be Musketeer opportunity here with 5.5 seconds to go.
Well, Stovall tried to go behind her back against a ball screen trap, and you cannot go behind your back when you're being trapped through a ball screen. It just doesn't get it done.
You don't see this often from the Blue Demons, Rich. They've been scoreless in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Xavier trying to take advantage. Here's Morgan Sharps with a good handle. Going to throw one up as time expires well off the mark, but Xavier hangs in there. Took a big blow from the DePaul Blue Demons. Came back with a 6-0 run over a minute 19 and cut it down to 4 points here at the end of the first quarter. Carrie Gross lightening up for the Musketeers. The mid-range working. And the Musketeers within 4 after 1.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're gonna work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We're running ahead, and we got to raise it up.
Back in the Big East Digital Network presented by SoFi for an entertaining one between the DePaul Blue Demons and Xavier Musketeers. DePaul, the first place team in the Big East, on the road with a 4-point lead over the Xavier Musketeers. It was a 9-point lead for DePaul early. Musketeers cut it down to 4. Get a look at this week's Big East honor roll and a great selection once again here in conference. Christian Spolier from the Butler Bulldogs. Jalen Agnew having a huge year for the Creighton Blue Jays, really carrying the load there. Sonia Morris on display tonight, along with Ariana Gray, and then Quinasha Hoppe, the great shooter from the St. John's Red Storm.
And Jalen Agnew, really big story. She has played phenomenal basketball, really put Creighton on her back and carried them this year. That's an NCAA tournament team it's looking like right now, despite their loss today to St. John's.
There you get what is an increasingly impressive career for Ariana Gray. 11 double-figure games this season, 36 for her career. She's hit double figures in rebounding 30 times in 5 this season.
Ariana Gray has been sat on the bench over there. She came out of the game early on with an injury and just has not come back in. She's got some treatment from the training staff from Xavier.
So first-year head coach Melanie Moore dealing with that. Also dealt with 9 Musketeer turnovers in the first quarter. And Xavier only down 4 of a very dangerous team when you give them a chance in turnovers. DePaul into tonight +9 for the season in turnovers.
And when Xavier's gotten shots, they've shot it pretty well. It's just a matter of taking care of the basketball. 9 turnovers.
Signature pressure here for the DePaul Blue Demons. Xavier able to break it inside for Pranger off the glass and good. Nice drive as Xavier spread the floor and Pranger found some room. And the Musketeers beaten back by Shantae Stonewall and an easy over the top for the Blue Demons on the answer.
Yeah, that can't happen. You know, again, Xavier, you know, they beat the pressure. They're getting layups when they do beat the pressure. Here's another one.
Good burst again for Dunham, left the shot short. And that ball out of bounds to the Blue Demons. Ariana Gray going to come back to the court now for the Musketeers. But she has shown some toughness through her career, battled through a knee injury earlier this year.
Yeah, and that knee injury, I think, really set her back early on. It set Xavier back early on. As you see a jump ball, Xavier's going to get possession. But you know, I think Ari Gray has really just gotten to the point where she's healthy, you know, here in Big East season. And you can really tell she's averaging 22 points per game in the Big East Conference and really has become quite the star.
Solid hustle to the floor by Lauren Wasselson to earn the held ball here for the Musketeers. Pass to space. Carrie Gross going to track it down. She goes to work on Sonia Morris.
Haven't seen a half-court set out of Xavier in a while.
Gray, good move down the left side of the lane and couldn't connect with anything. Rebound off and running with Daisha Church. Church trying to go coast to coast, gains the contact. Didn't make the basket, but it'll be a foul against the Musketeers.
That transition game from DePaul, they're going to gamble a lot. They're going to leak out, maybe give up some offensive rebounds, but they push it like no other.
Fouls against Courtney Pranger, the Musketeer freshman. The first for Xavier here in the second quarter. And Church at the free throw line nestles that one home. She's 3 for 3 at the line. That's all her points tonight.
Deja Church has been a nice addition for this DePaul team. Second in the team in assists, blocks, free throw percentage. Started 34 games at Michigan last year.
Battled through an ankle injury herself this year. Musketeers get Pranger all alone, and she's a little too strong. Lexi Hill with a rebound, quickly back down, and Morris drains a three. The Musketeers paid there for a miss on the far end.
It's amazing how many times a missed layup ends up an open shot at the other end. See a back tap there and a finish here by Stonewall.
Stonewall, and this is where DePaul can really get you off balance quickly. And a burst for the Blue Demons. A 7-0 run over a minute 9, and DePaul leads at 29-18 with 8:06 to go here in the second quarter. DePaul to the huddle. The Musketeers regroup after a defensive barrage. We'll be back with more after this.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a Musketeer.
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in. I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back with you at Cintas Center on the Big East Digital Network presented by SoFi. DePaul, the Blue Demons, on a 9-0 run over a minute 8 have extended a lead to 11 now over the Musketeers. And you see how quickly DePaul can get organized and really make your mistakes pay.
Yeah, they really do. And they've done such a good job of picking up full court pressure and really turning Xavier over. And then they make Xavier pay when they haven't scored at their end.
Coming up here at the half, stay with us. We will have a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King as his holiday coming up on January the 15th, 1929. We cannot walk alone. Through April 4th, 1968. Great tribute to Dr. King. Coming up at the half. We'll also hear from Megan Caffrey and Ashley Leotis with the Big East Fast Break and your recap of women's basketball here in the Big East. DePaul making some highlights here early in the second quarter. 8 points now for Shante Stonewall. 5 for Lexi Hell. And the Musketeers led by their sophomore Carrie Gross with 8. Xavier trying to battle out of the backcourt here against pressure. Ball left up for Leah Dunham. She touched the sideline and she tried to get into the offensive zone.
That's turnover number 11 for Xavier. And the thing really that DePaul does so well with that pressure is they take away angles. They take away every angle that you want to use. As Lexi held left wide open, Xavier looked like went to a 3-2 zone there. And I'm not sure Carrie Gross knew that they went to a 3-2 zone.
Held has 8 now to a 3 from behind the arc. And how about that smooth stroke? See how the Musketeers are composed on this possession. Inside for Ariana Gray. Floater goes, and that's a great answer for the Musketeers as Gray gets some contact in the lane.
Well, Xavier is getting plenty of shots in the lane. It's just a matter of taking care of the basketball, as we mentioned in the open, and it's easier said than done against this DePaul team.
So Ariana Gray to the line. Should call that foul against Sonia Morris. And that's Morris's second. First for the Blue Demons here in the corner, and Gray able to convert. Gray's a 61% free throw shooter, but ahead of pace here tonight, 3 of 3 so far. Held a good look inside, and a travel called against Asia Church. Chance for a little 5-0 swing at minimum here for the Musketeers. Dunham in trouble. Church and Stonewall there defensively. Dunham able to fight through it. And a ball stolen nicely there by Bakelja. For Kelly Campbell.
Nice transition defense by Xavier.
Held, swings it. Left side and a travel there against Bakelja.
That was a great steal by Bakelja right in front of us here at half court, and it looked like DePaul was going to get a layup out of it, but Xavier did a really nice job of recovering.
Ball in for Wasselson. She'll be the primary ball handler here against a very tough defender in Bakelja. Corner, Sharps with a quick release on a 3, and she's got it. Morgan Sharps winds and fires, and Xavier back with an 8.
That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. A wide open game like you're seeing anytime you play DePaul, it's going to leave open shooters, and Morgan Sharps can knock those down.
6-0 Xavier run now in 41 seconds. Corner 3 away for Church, and that one goes home.
It's amazing how many players out there Doug Bruno can throw out, just knock down that shot. All 5 of them most of the time.
Church's first field goal, but she does have 7 points. Wasselson going in strong for the Musketeers, picked up contact. Foul's going to go against the Blue Demons for blocking.
See play here, Lauren Wasselson drew the contact. Might have paid for it a little bit, but she's going to get rewarded with a couple free throws.
Foul was against Deja Church. It's DePaul's second here in the quarter. And Wasselson at the free throw line. She's 73% for the season, and knocks in her first of the evening. See Wasselson drive to the basket a bit more from the wings. It's a great three-point shooter. Brought in for that purpose to loosen up some zones, but starting to assert herself inside, and at 6 foot. She's got a little height when she goes in there.
Yeah, you saw her bring the ball up as well. She throw over the top of that pressure.
Church to the wing. Good drive here for Bakelja, and she gets that one to go on a baseline.
Well, Sharps just bad closeout. Bakelja went right by her.
Leyendecker yields for Leah Dunham. Quick 3 there for Gray, and she delivers. Ariana Gray showing the range. Answer for held.
Wow, I was just getting ready to say, Ari Gray has really shot the ball well in Big East play, but you can't get too many words in before DePaul's right back at it and knocking down a 3 of their own.
3 threes on the night for Held. She's first to double digits in this game now with 11. Good break for the Musketeers. Great for Leyendecker in the layup. Good. Track shoes starting to warm up for both teams. Campbell holds for Stonewall. Bakelja back out for Stonewall. Quick set. Shot won't go. Gray in the mix for the rebound. Leah Dunham hit the floor.
You know, it's almost like anytime you can get DePaul to hold the ball for 15 seconds or more in a possession, you got a better chance of defending them. And it's just a matter of getting to that point with their transition.
It's a foul there against Kelly Campbell, her first. 3rd for DePaul here in the quarter. 30 to shoot for the Musketeers, and again, they'll work against this signature full court pressure for the Blue Demons. Kerry Gross back to handle. Up for Leah Dunham. a piece of Xavier's game that's gotten a lot better since last season, handling the full court pressure. Much cleaner on the passes this season so far as we get into the second half. 5 to shoot here for Dunham. Crossover to traffic. Dunham gets it to go.
Nobody else touched the ball that possession for Xavier besides Aaliyah Dunham, and she held it for the entire 30 seconds and still gets a basket.
Dunham showed some great vision, able to carve up the Blue Demons there. Held back to it, gets a foul here from Kerry Gross. Gross working on Hild's hip there. Gross is second for Xavier here in the corner. Joey Daninger into the game for the Blue Demons now. 5'7" sophomore from Andover, Minnesota. 3 double-figure efforts this season. He had 16 points against Arkansas State on November 22nd. Good release there from Held. Big rebound in the right block there for Dolman. Putback was blocked, and then Dolman turns it over, trying to throw it out of traffic.
That was Sarah Leyendecker that blocked it, and Leyendecker did a nice job of pressuring after the block to force the turnover.
Dolman working her way back from injury as well. Wasselson's 3 is a bit short. Dolman up with the rebound. Dolman gonna launch a 3. That one's short, but a nice cleanup on the baseline there from Daninger. Campbell inside, reverse, didn't find the rim. Dolman, hardy putback, that won't go, and a rebound off for Morgan Sharps. DePaul turned away. Musketeers trying to cut into a 7-point lead now. Xavier's trailing by as many as 11. Hung around here with the elite leading. And number 14-15 DePaul Blue Demons here tonight.
Yeah, they've really taken a couple shots from DePaul, a couple runs.
Pranger trying to dish inside. Ball knocked away by Campbell. Picked up by Bakelja. DePaul back in business. 3 away from the corner, and Daninger can't get it to go. Solid rebound there for Sarah Leyendecker, and she picks up the foul.
Sarah Leyendecker has done a really nice job. She's been very active underneath, both defensively, rebounding the basketball. That was her 4th rebound of the game.
Foul there against Dolman, her first, 4th for DePaul in the corner with 2:48 to go. Deja Ross gets it across for Ariana Gray, almost stolen there by Campbell. Leyendecker can't convert the layup, ball comes down center of the lane. Held ball. Melanie Moore on the Xavier bench wanted a foul. Alternate possession goes to the Blue Demons.
Xavier continues to get some looks when they are able to break that pressure right at the basket.
Xavier 5 of its last 7. DePaul 0 for its last 7. They haven't scored in 3 minutes. Now they get 0 for 8.
That's a rare miss by Stonewall. She had a wide open layup. Nice pick and roll action from DePaul.
Ball across here for Leah Dunham. Xavier's had a couple of chances to take advantage of this DePaul drought and come up short. Ball knocked away by Campbell.
That was not a good pass, entry pass by Ariana Gray. Threw it to the wrong hand.
Church, good look for 3 and nestles it home.
And they make you pay. Turnovers, missed layups, you can pretty much ring it up for a basket at the other end.
Second 3 from Church tonight, 10 points now, and the second Blue Demon to double figures in the scoring column. Gray for Leyendecker. Leyendecker up, and that ball blocked by Kelly Campbell, now stolen. Look at the hustle for the DePaul leader. 3 away for Daninger. Off, and Leyendecker returns the favor on the rebound. Wasselson, quick release on a 3, a line drive well off the mark, and a rebound off for Deepa Kelja. Daninger inside, stolen away by Aaliyah Dunham. Dunham down there mixing it up in the post. Gray with a floater in transition, short. Nobody home on a rebound.
Too early.
But Kelja there to clean it up. Stonewall and Campbell going to work. Bad pass there by Stonewall, and DePaul going to be bailed out there by Bekelja, who picks it up and knocks it in from the free throw line.
I think Bekelja might be the only one out on the floor that's not tired. That's why she ended up with that one, was able to knock down that shot. You got some gas players out there for both teams. Ariana Gray's got to come to that ball.
Ball knocked away there by Kelly Campbell.
You know, Xavier had this lead down to 7. They had a couple looks at the rim for layups to cut it down to 5. All of a sudden it's 12 with, you know, almost halftime. I think it's really important Xavier ends with a couple good possessions here to get a little momentum back going into the half.
Xavier hasn't scored in 3 minutes and 50 seconds. There's a 10-second call, and that'll give it back to the Blue Demons.
Yeah, you got to get that ball across. Of course, prior to the ball going out of bounds, that possession, you got to get it over across still in 10 total seconds. So when that shot clock hits 20, your time's up.
7-second differential between game and shot clock. Game clock a tad quicker. Stonewall. Ball held there by Deja Church. Church going to drive it in, saw the lane, saw the opportunity, and took it. Six seconds here for the Musketeers. Dunham in control, going right to the basket, and a foul. It's an offensive foul before the shot went up. Goes against Diana Townsend, and that's Townsend's third now, and the third for Xavier here in the quarter, but now 2.7 seconds for the Blue Demons.
At least 2 of those have been offensive fouls as well for Townsend, maybe all 3.
Held as time expires. That ball blocked there by Aaliyah Dunham, but DePaul with a 7-0 run over a minute 54 takes control at the end of the second quarter. They will go into the break with a 47-33 lead. DePaul Blue Demons led by Deja Church with 12, Lexi Held with 11. And they've got the advantage at the break over the Xavier Musketeers. We'll take a break and be back with more at the half on the Big East Digital Network.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer.
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Mike Schmaltz, Choid back with you at Cintas Center on Xavier University's campus. It's been a fight for the DePaul Blue Demons, but they pull away at the end of the second quarter and lead at 47-33 here at the break. Big East Fast Break is the weekly women's basketball show hosted by Megan Caffrey and Ashley Leotis, breaking down everything in Big East women's hoops. You can catch all new episodes of Fast Break during the season every Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. on the Big East Twitter and YouTube pages. On this week's episode, Megan joined by the reigning Big East Player of the Week, Marquette's Selena Lott.
The Marquette Golden Eagles are 3-2 in Big East play, coming off of a 2-0 weekend beating St. John's and Seton Hall, as I'm now joined by the Big East Player of the Week, Selena Lott. Selena, your team lost your first 2 conference games. However, you've now won 3 straight Big East games. Head coach Megan Duffy said your execution has been different throughout these. What has been the difference in your execution?
Honestly, it's just determination, and we all have to stay humble. Like our teammates, it's like a player-led team, so our coaches try to stay out of it as much, and then we just had to get in extra work just to be better.
You had a career-high 34 points in your win over St. John's. Offensively, how were you able to have so much production?
Honestly, I don't even see it as much as my coaches do. So my coaches like give me highlights of like when I can attack, or like whenever I come off on the bench, my coach Skeet will tell me and be like, this is what you have. Like you have your little pull-up game, you have the 3, you could drive. So I just take her advice whenever.
Head coach Megan Duffy also mentioned the fact that this season a lot of teammates have been stepping up. When you look to your game against Seton Hall on Sunday, Lauren Van Kloon didn't have as much of an offensive game as she usually does. And then you have freshman Cameron Taylor stepping up with her first career double-double. How much is that a testament to what this team is about this season?
Yeah, I feel like that's the beauty of our team. Like we all can do different parts and we all have our talents, but it's just when one's down, one has to step up. So everybody knows their role and just attack it.
Selena, just saying it right there, everyone knows their role. What is your role on the team this season?
I would just say be more of a vocal leader and like trying to tell people like what positions to be in on defense. And then everybody kind of has the same role. We all tell each other what to do. We just have to take that into consideration.
You're one of the upperclassmen this year, and you also come back with a lot of experience. You started on last year's team amongst all of that high-powered talent. How has that experience helped you into this year with the leadership that you have on the court?
It definitely has helped because like I knew like how other teams played and what we had to like look forward to, like scouting wise. But everybody was ready.
Who is the funniest on the team?
Funniest on the team? Probably Altia.
Ooh. Why is she so funny?
She's interesting. She's different. She's so different. She loves to fish. She loves country music, but like at the same time, like, I don't know, she'll just always make a side comment that will make you laugh in the wrong times.
So if she loves country music, at practice, at a home game, on your playlist, is there at least one country song that we can expect to be on that playlist?
Probably not on my playlist, but definitely on hers.
What's your playlist like? What kind of music we have in that?
I listen more of like hip hop and R&B.
Favorite pregame song?
Probably "Whoa" right now by Lil Baby.
Can you sing it for us a little bit? I'm putting you on the spot.
I can't. I don't know all the lyrics.
Fair. That is very, very fair. Selena, thank you so much for joining me. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We're running ahead. We got to raise it up.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Back at Xavier's Cintas Center, where the DePaul Musketeers and the Xavier Musketeers, the DePaul Blue Demons, let's make it that, wheeling their way around the court here tonight. DePaul with a little run at the end of the second quarter. And they lead at 47-33. Let's get a look at some first half highlights. The Musketeers shoot 48% from the floor. The leading scorer was Aaliyah Dunham and Ariana Gray. Gray had 8, Dunham had 6, and you see Xavier going inside a couple of nice times as Kerry Gross got it rolling early for the Musketeers.
Yeah, Xavier did a nice job of really getting to the basket. Whenever they had a chance, you see him go long a couple times. Kerry Gross with the finish that time.
Gross with the big start, 4 of 5 from the floor, 8 points for the Musketeers. Gross, the sophomore, starting to show some junior trends as she matures through this season. And for the DePaul Blue Demons, a little sluggish start, Rich, but they rebounded quite nicely and got it going from distance. They were 8 of 17 from 3 in the first half.
Yeah, right on cue, 8 3-pointers, and that's DePaul basketball. They like to get it up, and as I mentioned, they got 5 of them that can shoot it from out there, and then that's their basketball right there too. Get the ball off the rim and go. Get a shot as as quickly as possible.
See a good there. 3 there from Deja Church, who was 2 for 3 from behind the arc, and then Lexi Held was 3 for 4 from behind the arc for the Blue Demons. So what do you like for adjustments for both teams moving into the second half?
Well, I think the strategy is going to be the same, particularly for Xavier. Once they beat the pressure, they're getting layups out of it. It's just a matter of taking care of the basketball and beating the pressure. So I'm going to be interested to see if Doug Bruno sticks with that full court man. See if maybe he backs off a little bit and sees what they can do in a half court, possibly, and guard Xavier there, make him hold the ball for a little bit more.
Second half coming up between the DePaul Blue Demons and Xavier Musketeers right here on the Big East Digital Network.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in. I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We're running ahead, and we got to raise it up.
Back at Xavier Cintas Center, where DePaul leads the Xavier Musketeers 47-33. 5 minutes remaining before we get back to second half action, and Rich, almost tournament time here for both the men and the women here in the Big East, and the women's tournament coming up, and that will be in Chicago at Wintrust Arena. Of course, the men return to New York City for a big battle in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, DePaul reigning Big East tournament champions, and they'll look to reclaim that title again in not their home court, but their home city, a place that they are very familiar with, Wintrust Arena.
We're seeing the women's teams come into focus here as DePaul out to a 5-0 start here in conference play, and close behind the Creighton Blue Jays of Villanova Wildcats. Who do you like on the men's side?
You know who I really like right now is I really like Seton Hall. I think Seton Hall is playing really good basketball right now, and I think Miles Powell is as prolific of a scorer as there is in college basketball. But I think both tournaments are going to be competitive because that's what the Big East is. You've got competitive basketball programs up and down for both the men and the women.
Well, the Big East Conference men's and women's basketball teams, in recognition of incomparable impact of Dr. Martin Luther King, made his quest for national unity and social justice, wearing shooting shirts before their games this weekend. We cannot walk alone. Here now from student athletes on the impact of Dr. King has made in their lives.
Dr. Martin Luther King had a huge impact on me. He just made me believe no matter what you do, anything is possible.
I think the legacy that he put in place means a lot to me because I always think about where we came from as people of color, as athletes of color, and I just try to make sure that whatever I'm doing now in the present is going to set up those for the future.
Being in the Big East is so diverse. Being at DePaul University is so diverse. So to come along and to share our talents is one of the messages that Martin Luther King shared with us, that we can all come together and be as one.
His willingness to sacrifice himself and, fight for others, that goes a long way for the future and anybody who wants to stand up for change and equality.
The Big East Conference and member schools
champion excellence
by embracing respect and diversity,
while striving for a culture of inclusion and equity.
Be inclusive.
Be inclusive.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We're running ahead, and we got to raise it up.
Back here at Xavier Cintas Center for a nice battle between the DePaul Blue Demons and the Xavier Musketeers. Mike Schmaltz and Rich Hoyt with you here courtside. So we're seconds away from starting the second half. Let's get a look at the first half statistics. We see Rich Xavier with a nice night from the floor, 13 of 27. DePaul a little bit off its game at 17 of 39. They made up for it from behind the arc, 8 of 17.
Yeah, when Xavier's been able to get shots, they've made them. You just see DePaul's got 12 more attempts. The big story there is the difference in turnovers. And, you know, DePaul really didn't start to take advantage of those turnovers until the second quarter. They had 5 points off turnovers the first quarter, 10 points off turnovers in the second quarter alone. That got them to 15, but really just pretty simple. It's just a matter of taking care of the basketball if you're Xavier, and for DePaul, just continue to force those turnovers just as they have all year long. They're averaging nearly 23 turnovers, forcing 23 turnovers per game.
Yeah, +9 in that category for the season, and really made the Musketeers pay, as you say. 15 points for DePaul off those Musketeer miscues, and a lot of them manufactured by DePaul. So here we go for the second half. Lexi Held coming out. Second leading scorer in the ballgame with 11 points. Musketeers will have the possession. We're going to work with Aaliyah Dunham, Sarah Leyendecker, Carrie Gross, Ariana Gray, and Lauren Wasselson. Gray across to the right wing. Good dish there for Lauren Wasselson, and the three goes, and a good start for the Musketeers here in the second half.
Really nice kick by Ariana Gray.
Church, Held, Morris, Campbell, and Stonewall started off for the Blue Demons here in the second half, and Held handles. Ball knocked away by Wasselson, regained on the floor on a nice hustle play.
I'm not sure the shot clock should have restarted.
Sonia Morris getting down in between four Musketeers.
I think Mark Resch just thought the same thing as well. He's coming over to talk to Joe Vasili about that. Xavier did not gain control. There was a tip, but Xavier did not control possession of it. So looks like the officials are going to go to the monitor to see how much time should be on the shot clock.
Got that look there at Doug Bruno, and potential big moment coming up here for Doug Bruno, February the 10th. He's one of 12 nominees for this year's Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. A portion of that class going to be announced on the ESPN broadcast, UConn and South Carolina on the 10th, and the remainder of the class at the Women's Final Four in New Orleans, April 3rd through the 5th. And asked him about that. He said really it's not something that he's worried about it's going to happen or it's not. He's just trying to move day to day, but credited his assistants and some great players through the years, and got a good look at one of them there, Kelly Campbell. Doug Bruno going to work on the sidelines. The shot clock now reset at 8. Stonewall with a quick trigger, and that ball down for Leah Dunham.
Bruno didn't like that they moved the shot clock back to 8 seconds, but that's about how fast he wants his team to shoot the ball anyway.
3 there for Gray is short. She has connected on a couple tonight.
And Xavier really needed that one. They needed to get off to a good start here in the second half.
Quick dash to the block and contact. Deisha Church picks it up, and that foul's against Ariana Gray for the Musketeers, her second, Xavier's first here in the corner. And that sends Deisha Church to the free throw line. 4 for 4 there tonight.
As you see, Church drawing the contact, really nice job.
Church knocks down the first. Love her versatility. Gets to the rim, makes the threes, gets to the free throw line. Missed 3 games with the ankle injury early. Doug Bruno said wasn't herself when they played UConn and Notre Dame. Able to convert there and give the Blue Demons the 49-36 lead.
Well, Church has been extremely efficient this evening. 14 points on just 4 field goal attempts. Anytime you have 4 field goal attempts and over triple the amount of points, that's getting it done.
Kerry Gross going inside. Gross been a little quiet since the early going here. Picks up the foul. Foul against Shantae Stonewall. Stonewall's second. First for the Blue Demons here in the half. Stonewall with 8 points tonight. Kelly Campbell came into tonight looking to be a 1,000-point scorer in her career, but so far not in the scoring column. It's Ariana Gray going to work, and you see the energy that she brings to this Musketeer attack. And
yeah,
the effort picks up the foul.
She's just been a little uncomfortable, I think, offensively, really since she came back in after that injury. You can see there, just didn't get her shoulder square to the basket. We've seen a couple shots where, you know, maybe she wants to get a layup and she's just taken off too soon.
Ariana Gray floats in a free throw.
Big reason why I think she's 2 for 8 in the game, just rushing things a little too fast in terms of when she's shooting it.
Second one is up and in, and Gray really been doing a nice job in conference with the free throws. 3 is up and good, and that's Lexi Held for the Blue Demons.
Lexi Held's having a great homecoming.
Wasselson trying to answer for the Musketeers. Short on that offering, and Leyendecker steps on the inline trying to save it in.
Saw another local product really light it up when she came here into the Cintas Center earlier this year. Maya Jackson, Seton Hall.
And she put 20 on the Musketeers and had a great afternoon from three-point range. And Lexi Held trying to repeat that effort here for the Blue Demons. Ball knocked out of bounds, and once again, Kaylee Campbell in the right place to disrupt defensively. In for Stonewall, blocked by Leyendecker. Stonewall astutely lets that roll out of bounds as Musketeers touch it last.
I've seen Leyendecker's size bother Stonewall a little bit this evening.
Pull up there, no good for the Blue Demons. That ball from Sonia Morris. Wasselson saves the ball in space up for Leah Dunham.
Xavier really lucky to retain possession. That was not a good decision by Ariana Gray.
Musketeers settle in. Good look there for Wasselson. She stepped away from Held on the defense. Morris off and running with a rebound. Good look for Stonewall. Sets, fires, delivers. Shantae Stonewall.
See, that's exactly why I think Shantae Stonewall may be able to play in the WNBA. She is an athletic player. She's long, she can defend, and she can really shoot it.
First 3 of the night for Stonewall. And DePaul starting to stretch its legs. It's a 6-0 run for the Blue Demons now. Over a minute 8, and Xavier both for its last 4. Trying for the home run here. Great, out for Gross and a layup, up and in.
We've seen that home run pass a few times.
Morris trying to answer that shot short. Wasselson digs out a rebound for Xavier. Dunham's really done a nice job dribbling out of traffic here tonight. Broken through a couple of double teams in the first half and continuing here in the second.
See if Xavier can get some more dribble penetration.
3 away for Dunham. Ball off the top of the backboard. A rebound out for Deja Church. And a whistle in transition.
Not sure about that one.
Oh, some contact to the face of the head there against the Musketeers. That's going to go against Carrie Gross. That's Gross's third.
I don't know if that was a pretty clean back tap.
Call made there by Jill Vasily. Veteran official, done some Final Fours. Kelja top of the key. Gray floats over everybody to pull down that rebound. Gray with 8 boards on the night, approaching another double-double. Another strong drive there by Dunham, and she picks up the contact.
You know, Aaliyah Dunham has really gotten better at finishing around the rim. Saw her earlier in her career. Really, it would be a pass-first point guard. The way she's shooting the basketball this year, and also her ability to get to the rim, really enhanced her game.
Foul there against Morris for DePaul. It's Morris's third. Marissa Warren enters the game. Warren makes her 10th appearance of the season for the Blue Demons. A guard, a 5'8" sophomore from O'Fallon, Missouri. Incarnate Word Academy. Played lately in the last 4, 2 minutes against Providence and 1 against Seton Hall. Free throw good. Lead to 14 now for the Blue Demons. Campbell trying to go inside. Prenger turned around late, able to get a hand on it, and then Sharp saves it in for the Musketeers. Here's Dunham again.
You know, there have not been many games where Kelly Campbell has had 2 turnovers in a game this season. She's got 2 now.
Sharps left it off the rim. Prenger too strong with a putback and held on the run for the Blue Demons. Good dish, and Bekelja couldn't get it to go. Ball knocked out of bounds by DePaul, and Xavier takes over. Get a good look there at Courtney Prenger, the freshman. Xavier won its opening game of the season against Utah. Here to start off the Melanie Moore era as Prenger gets inside. Courtney Prenger was particularly tough in that game against Utah, had 9 rebounds for the Musketeers.
That was a great seal. You can see right there. Just got Campbell on her back. Deja Ross, the presence of mind to pitch it ahead to her. Drew the contact. Nice job by Prenger.
High arcing 3, spins around the rim and won't go in for Courtney Prenger. Prenger started the day 53% from the free throw line. Short on the second. Campbell away with a rebound. Stonewall working in the post, stolen away by Leah Dunham, and Stonewall with a back tap up for Prenger, and a pass too quick. Deja Ross hustling down, trying to get to the end line. Had no chance at it.
Well, you know, Xavier's got the green light to go, to beat the pressure, to try to get layups, and that still can play into DePaul's hands sometimes when they speed you up and you get the ball in players' hands who you don't want it. And I'm sure that Mel Moore would prefer not to have Courtney Prenger handle the ball in the backcourt.
Stonewall going to work on Prenger, gave it up. Good look for Stonewall, shot short, rebound for Leah Dunham in traffic, and Dunham picks up contact. Leah Dunham showing some desire for the Musketeers getting to the boards.
Well, Mike, Xavier's going to shoot free throws for the rest of the quarter here. You know, down 14, a lot of games you'd say, oh, this is going to be really tough for them to get back in it. But, you know, at the pace that DePaul plays, you know, up and down, there's more possessions. You know, we've seen Xavier get opportunities at the rim all night long. You know, 14 is still within shouting distance, especially when you're at the free throw line for the last 5 minutes of the quarter.
Leah Dunham knocks that one home for her 8th point. She's now 2 of 3 at the line tonight. Xavier's done a better job in conference from the free throw line at 73% than it has overall during the season at 67%. This rebound for Gray and a putback. Gray too strong. Dunham catches the rebound and knocks it in. Effort paying off for the Musketeers and a little three-point swing. Xavier back to an 11-point deficit. Stovall holds out top in front of Gray. Church. Held long three. Delivers! Lexi held.
That one was from her hometown in Burlington. Wow.
5 threes on the night, 17 for Lexi Hill.
That was deep. She has got some serious range.
Driving here for Gray, lost control on the way up. And DePaul with a 58-44 lead, starting to gain some momentum from behind the arc. Lexi held local product, treating her hometown fans with 5 threes. And DePaul leads it 58-44.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're gonna work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in. I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back with you. The DePaul Blue Demons with a 14-point lead over the Xavier Musketeers. 4:22 to go here in the third quarter. And DePaul from behind the arc tonight. 48%, 11 of 23. And that served them well here in the NCAA rankings this season.
Yeah, it absolutely has. You can see the offensive prowess of this DePaul Blue Demons team in the top 4 in several offensive categories. And it just goes to show how well they share the basketball. They're first in total assists, and they certainly shoot the basketball extremely well. And, you know, Doug Bruno gives his team the green light. And you know, second in three-point field goals attempted, three-point field goals made. They obviously score a lot of points. But, you know, if you play for DePaul, it's got to be a lot of fun to play for DePaul when he gives you the green light like he does.
I thought it was interesting in our pregame chat with Coach Bruno that he talked about the tough twos. He talked about some decision making. He says, sure, we want to run, sure, we want to do all those things, but sometimes you want your players to make that decision. Is it better for me to try to take the tough two and make it rather than kick out to a wide open three?
Well, you know, in today's game where threes, and he mentioned this, threes and layups are so prevalent, you know, he mentioned those tough twos. You want the layups, and Ari Gray with a nice play out of the inbounds. You want to make open threes and you want to make open layups, but you've got to be able to make those tough twos against really good defensive teams, and he certainly has the players to do that.
This is Bekelja. Cross for Stovall. Stovall inside. Great moves as she went right to work on Aaliyah Dunham. Dipped in and knocked it in from the center of the lane. 14-point lead. Leak out here for Lauren Wasselson. Ball a little off the mark. Takes it around, but Keljan lays it in.
DePaul's just got to do a better job protecting the basket.
Wasselson now with 9. He's trying to be the 4th Musketeer to double figures. Held ball here. Sarah Leindecker able to tie one up for Xavier inside the lane. This possession error swings over to the Musketeers.
Xavier has just 2 turnovers this half. Our stats say one, but I think there's been two that's been possibly just one just errantly thrown. You know, Xavier's done a much better job of taking care of the ball.
Pull up there for Gray won't go. And a rebound is knocked out of bounds by Bekelja, but a whistle. They're going to call a foul against the Musketeers and Lauren Wasselson.
Well, that's one of those tough twos that Ari Gray just took. And, you know, Xavier's getting layups. And I think that one was just a little too soon for Ari Gray. I think Mel Moore just told her, hey, you need to take that one to the rim.
Check that last foul win against Sarah Leyendecker, so that's her second. Third for Xavier here in the quarter. Stovall dribbles out of traffic. Good look at a mid-range, and that won't go. And Wasselson down with a rebound.
Nice job of rebounding by Xavier.
Fourth rebound for Wasselson. Corner three away for Sharps. That one's short. Rebound collected by Held, then turned over, stolen by Gray. Floater is good for Ariana Gray. Gray lost a shoe in the process.
Ari Gray has had all kinds of challenges tonight. She had a goggles issue a few minutes ago. She's got a shoe issue now.
She can use a shoehorn, trying to work that shoe back onto her heel on the right side. Can't quite get it in there right now. Still playing hard in the post. Good drive inside, and a foul coming against the Musketeers with Deja Church earning the contact.
It was Ari Gray with the foul. You can't help but wonder if the foul was because the shoe wasn't on all the way.
Look at Gray slipping on the sock, giving it all she can to get that shoe back on there. That's a little different than the Zion Williamson situation from last year.
Yep.
Gray not blowing out the seams, just coming out of the shoes.
She was able to put that one back on.
Whistle here on the inbound, and a quick foul coming against the Musketeers. It's on Ayanna Townsend. And the fifth foul now for the Musketeers here in the quarter, and Ayanna Townsend continues to get her money's worth this season.
Ayanna Townsend's got she's got a grand total of 1 minute on our stat.
4 fouls.
4 fouls.
There's Shante Stonewall. Stonewall delivers. The veteran, as you'd expect from the free throw line, and a lead back to 12 now for the Blue Demons.
Leah Dunham's going to get a couple free throws.
So Dunham gets fouled in transition. That one goes against Stonewall. Stonewall's first. And Dunham can't connect.
Yeah, Xavier really, we've seen them miss a few here now in the third quarter. They've really got to knock those down if they want to creep back in this game.
Dunham's second. Soft enough to float down. Xavier back with an 11. Lexi Held back onto the floor. Held with 17 now tonight, 5 threes, 6 of 11 from the floor. And she's the leading scorer in the game at 28 against Seton Hall. That's her career best.
Xavier 5 for 10 this quarter. Free throws. Ashante Stonewall, another strong take.
Dunham trying to dribble through pressure, will do it again. Finds Wasselson, the three's away, and that's good. Lauren Wasselson connects.
Lauren Wasselson really shooting the basketball well.
Held passes on the three, kicks inside for Stonewall. Good rotation across, three is away there, and Morris answers.
It's just an outstanding possession by DePaul. You get the ball inside, you kick it, goes from one wing to the other. The defense had to move, was just one pass too slow.
Townsend driving inside, gets contact this time. And will go to the free throw line.
Ayanna Townsend.
Against Lexi Hill.
Ayanna Townsend feeling what it's like to be fouled.
Well, Townsend's a big presence, and They like her physical nature. It catches up with her a little bit. She goes inside and just aggressively fouls. Had a good start to last season, then came up with an injury that kept her out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, she really has struggled too. She was 2 for 2 Sunday against Villanova. She misses her second, but she started 10 games this year. But those baskets against Villanova were her first field goals in Big East play.
Gross knocked it away. It was regained by Hill. Then a 3 for Morris, no good. Stonewall digs out the rebound. And Gray intercepts the pass.
Nice
Ball
pass.
across. Gross for Leah Dunham.
Xavier's got this thing at 10.
Church up top. And a whistle away from the basketball. Foul inside going against the Musketeers and Courtney Prenger, her second.
You're putting Stonewall at the free throw line, a good free throw shooter.
Stonewall steps up and delivers again.
And here's the dichotomy for Xavier. You know, normally you play for one possession, but you know DePaul's going to pick up full court. If you get a layup out of it, you might have to give the ball back to DePaul.
23 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, nice job by Aaliyah Dunham to get it across and be able to get Xavier in a half-court situation. Should eliminate the opportunity to give DePaul the ball.
No shot clock, and you see the time winding as Dunham controls here for the Musketeers. Surveys. Pull up. No good. Rebound down for Church, and that will end our third quarter. DePaul with a 68-57 lead over the Xavier Musketeers. Kerry Gross getting it rolling in transition for Aaliyah Dunham. But the Musketeers with some work to do, down 11.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science,
because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a Musketeer, and now I am.
I am. All for one.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in. I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Back in Cintas Center in Cincinnati, where the DePaul Blue Demons trying to clean up a road victory here in conference, move to 6-0 and hold on to a first place in the conference as we approach the halfway point. Teams fighting their way to Chicago in the Big East Women's Basketball Tournament coming up at Wintrust Arena once again. It's the final contract year for the tournament. See March 6th through the 9th, first round. March the 6th, tipping off at 11. Quarterfinals on the 7th at 12, 2:30, 6, and 8:30. A huge day of basketball, and the championship tip time at 7 Central. Semifinals on the 5th at 5 and 7:30. All session tickets on sale now, just $50. Great time to get to BigEast.com/WBB tickets and get a piece of the action in Wintrust Arena. Young fans looking on here and hoping the Xavier Musketeers can continue the fight. Xavier's done a pretty decent job despite 17 turnovers, 15 points off those turnovers, but no points off turnovers for DePaul here in the second half, so that's a good sign for the Musketeers.
Well, Xavier just with one turnover in that third quarter. DePaul had 5, and really the gap in the turnovers has narrowed with DePaul with a +6, I believe, advantage, or excuse me, +3 advantage in turnover margin and +6 in points off of turnovers. You see almost an open look inside for Kelly Campbell. Really the difference in the game, though, now has become the three-point shooting. It's using Deja Church with another one.
Ball goes inside for Morris. She missed, and DePaul 0 for 3 on that possession.
I think we'll see either the first 2 minutes is Xavier going to be able to compete in this game.
Great work in transition there by Deja Church just to get a hand on that shot from Kerry Gross. Now they go the other way, and Church going to find a layup on the right side.
That was an outstanding finish by Deja Church.
What a sequence there for Church. Block at one end, runs to the floor, and gets rewarded with a layup. And now a 13-point edge for the Blue Demons.
She has been an outstanding pickup for Doug Bruno.
Church a transfer in from Michigan, originally from Southfield, Michigan, Southfield A&T High School. Morris comes up with a steal there, picks up a foul from Kerry Gross. That's Kerry Gross's 4th, and the first for Xavier here in the quarter.
Really not the start that Mel Moore could have wanted. Especially Kerry Gross going to the bench with 4 fouls. I don't think she's going to be able to sit for too long. You're going to need her in the game if you're going to have a chance of coming back.
Kelly Campbell controls. It's DePaul into its half court here. Held on Sharps, good crossover there for Held, and a beautiful pull-up won't fall. Rebound down for Ariana Gray in traffic, and she lost a handle, and Stonewall, easy cleanup for 2.
All right, Gray's just got to be stronger with that basketball as she fights through that trap.
Gray going long here for Morgan Sharps. Pranger trails, didn't expect the basketball. Now regains, tries to drive it home. Can't get that shot to go, and Morris away with a rebound. Good look here for Held, settles in and sends a 3 long, but a whistle on the rebound. Foul going.
Not sure who that was on.
It's going to go against Ariana Gray, and it does, and it's her 4th.
She's not going to be able to sit very long either.
So 8:09 to go here, and 2 of Xavier's leading scorers, Ariana Gray, the heart and soul of this Musketeer team, with a double-double tonight, 14 points, 11 rebounds, and Kerry Gross with 10 points on the bench. And a turnover there. Ross has her pocket picked by Deja Church. Deja on Deja crimes committed here at Cintas Center. Stonewall fadeaway is well short. Dunham may have got a piece of it, and Leyendecker away with a rebound, and now Dunham in trouble. Throws long out of a double team. Strong move by Leyendecker. The scoops up and in. So Leyendecker.
See, that's not a basket she would have made earlier in the season. You know, that would have gone right off the backboard, not even hit the rim. And you see a little fight out of Sarah Leyendecker as well. She has really improved, and her toughness has improved throughout the season. Right there, she just muscles in. Might have drawn some contact as well, finished through it.
Pretty solid defense there by Deja Church. But Leyendecker at 6'4". An excellent job to recognize the mismatch.
Again, I do not think that Mel Moore can leave Ariana Gray and Kerry Gross on the bench too long.
Jolene Daninger into the game for the Blue Demons. Leah Dunham able to move it across midcourt. Xavier will settle in with 20 to shoot. Dunham stopped the dribble, got away with a little Euro step and knocked it home.
Xavier's really been able to finish around the basket when they've gotten there tonight.
So the DePaul lead down to 13 and a timeout here for potential injury here to Julian Daninger. Daninger holding her mouth and will go straight to the training room.
She's got some blood there.
Didn't see that contact as teams were transitioning down the court, but it was a very quick whistle and Daninger put the towel right to her face and ran off the court. So a little timeout here to make sure the court is playable. Melanie Moore digging into her huddle for the Xavier Musketeers. So Musketeers down 13, and pretty good storyline for the Musketeers in light of what happened in the second matchup last year. It was a huge DePaul victory. But Xavier was able to take DePaul to overtime here in the first meeting. It's got to get its offense moving here, a little better shot selection in the last 6:52.
Yeah, they had a couple turnovers here in the fourth quarter, which have really hurt them and prevented them from getting back in the game. But again, like I've said, down 13, the way DePaul plays up and down, you're still in the game.
Let's get a look at what's upcoming here for the number 14, number 15 DePaul Blue Demons. Sunday at Butler. And a nice homestand for the Blue Demons. Villanova, Georgetown, Creighton, and Providence. And that stretch right there can really go a long way in catapulting DePaul to a regular season championship.
Yeah, you think if they get to that road trip at St. John's and at Seton Hall and they're still undefeated at that point, and then win one or two on the road there, they can probably have the conference wrapped up by mid-February.
Musketeers will get a visit here on Sunday from the Marquette Golden Eagles. Then go on a tough road trip. That Creighton to Providence road trip, always challenging, and then the second matchup with Butler to end the month. It's a good game last week here between the Musketeers and the Bulldogs. And a whistle there as that offering from Deja Church comes up a little bit short. Foul against Lauren Wasselson, her first. Xavier's third here in the quarter. Stovall to the wing, three is away there, and Kelly Campbell on the board for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it's remarkable. It is Kelly Campbell's first basket. See a tie up there. But, Kelly Campbell, as I mentioned in the outset, she affects the game in so many ways. She's got 8 rebounds, 7 assists. She moves the ball extremely well from the top. You see she gets a screen off the inbounds play there, and it frees her up. And she can really shoot the ball as well. It's not like, she's a liability at the offensive end. She's just a phenomenal all-around player.
Ball comes across midcourt, overshot Deja Ross and stolen by Kelly Campbell. Campbell can do a lot of things in the stat column. 8 rebounds, 7 assists tonight. Doug Bruno talked about that as well. There's a 3 from Bajoka's no good, and Campbell's return 3 no good. Ball out of bounds to the Musketeers.
I really think that Ari Gray and Carrie Gross need to be back in the game.
6 minutes even to play now, and no sign of Gross or Gray at the scorer's table. Ball stolen again, and that's a 21st Xavier turnover. Stonewall, turnaround, good. A little fadeaway there for Shantae Stonewall.
Yeah, she's got that in her game. She's just got such a smooth-looking stroke. Any way that she puts it up.
22 now for Stonewall, is 6 off her career best. And a timeout here on the floor, 5:35 to go, and DePaul, with a nice touch from Shantae Stonewall, moves the lead out to 18.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3.
Together.
This is our time.
When we bring it together, and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We're running ahead, and we got to raise it up.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in. I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back at a jumping Cintas Center where the DePaul Blue Demons stretching a lead out to 18 here with 5:35 to go in our fourth quarter. But the Musketeers, like their fans, showing a little fight tonight. But Xavier get caught now by the turnover bug here late in the game. 21 turnovers now for the ball game. 19 points off for DePaul.
Yeah, DePaul's really taken advantage of it. DePaul's really shot the ball well, too. 42%, 13 made threes. We know they like to put it up, you know, as we showed in that graphic earlier on. You know, they're second in the country in both three-point field goal attempts and makes, and doing it again tonight.
Shante Stonewall leading all scorers in the ballgame. 22 for the DePaul Blue Demons. Gonna look at that big line there for Shante Stonewall. Kelly Campbell with the 9 rebounds and 7 assists for the Blue Demons. Leah Dunham, nice night for the Musketeers with 15 points. Lauren Wasselson with 12. And Ariana Gray right now on the bench for the Musketeers. A double-double again. 14 points and 11 rebounds for Ariana Gray. It's her 5th double-double of the season, her career 21st.
Shante Stonewall has been terrific in the second half. 13 second-half points for DePaul. One of the top scorers in the Big East. Really gotten going.
We wind our way to the 5-minute mark, and Kerry Gross and Ariana Gray still on the Xavier bench, both with 4 fouls.
And my only thought here is Mel Moore's really trying to let a couple other players get some playing time, grow, develop, because she's going to need them.
Wasselson goes inside. That ball was rejected by Deja Church. Saw that coming all the way, and that forced a shot clock violation.
Deja Church was proud of herself, too. Impressive block coming over the help.
It's Church's 8th block of the season. We talked about her versatility and showing it defensively for Doug Bruno. Stonewall, good back cut, and that layup is up and good for Deepa Kelja. There's another score that Doug Bruno says he has, and really has some potential to have some breakout games for the Blue Demons. Turnover there, Leyendecker has it stolen by Bekelje. Right back for Bekelje, had it stripped on the way up, and DePaul will retain possession. Timeout here, DePaul stretches its lead to 20. 81-61 over the Xavier Musketeers.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand, Norway,
Cameroon.
and I chose
Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science,
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now I am.
I am.
All for one.
Here, we do what others don't. Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in. I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back with you at Cintas Center, the Big East Digital Network presented by SoFi, where DePaul pulling away late from the Xavier Musketeers. It's an 81-61 advantage for the Blue Demons. 19 points off 22 Xavier turnovers. Take a look at the freshman and player of the week here in the Big East. Maddie Segrist having a great year for the Villanova Wildcats. 17 points per game and 13.5 points per game last week.
Yeah, they might as well name the award for Maddie Segrist. It's 7 out of 10 weeks that Segrist has won the award. You can pretty much chalk up Big East Freshman of the Year to her, and it's really, she's in the discussions for all Big East all around. She's just having a terrific freshman year. And then Selena Lott really has carried Marquette. You know, Megan Duffy's doing such a phenomenal job with that Marquette team, young Marquette team, and her first season at the helm. They lost to Butler tonight. Of course, Marquette and Megan Duffy come here to the Cintas Center on Sunday afternoon, and DePaul goes over to Hinkle Fieldhouse. You know, Kurt Gotlewski's done a terrific job as well, and as much talent that he lost after last season, and you know, with that win today, they're in a tie now for second place in the Big East. So really just some terrific coaching jobs being done all across the conference.
With all that firepower that graduated from Marquette, Selena Lott stepping into that big scoring role. Lexi Held looking for a foul here on the three-point attempt, and she'll pick it up. That'll be Lauren Wasselson's second foul for the Musketeers and a fourth for Xavier here in the quarter. And Lexi Held from Burlington, Kentucky. Gonna get a nice call here at home, and I don't know, Rich, I saw the contact maybe after the release.
Yeah, maybe we're just right on that elbow.
Held misses the first. Knocks the second up and in. These are her first free throw attempts of the night. She delivers, and now 19 for Lexi Held from Cooper High School.
Yeah, we've talked about her high school coach, Nicole Lewandowski, Xavier's all-time leading three-point shooter. You see Ari Gray gets fouled there. And Nicole Lewandowski could really fill it up. Played on that outstanding 2001 Elite Eight Xavier team. And you know what's interesting is, you know, Doug Bruno is trying to get back to that second weekend of the tournament for DePaul, and he's got all this history and tradition and so forth. But it's Xavier who has more Elite Eight appearances than any other conference program, and you know, and Mel Moore has really tried to embrace that. Had a celebration of the 2010 Elite Eight team, and is planning on a celebration for the 01 20th anniversary team next season. I'm sure Nicole Lewandowski will be a part of that.
Ball knocked away there by Ariana Gray. So Gray back to the floor with a little more than 4 minutes remaining, able to connect on a couple of free throws. Xavier still in a 20-point hole. Ashley Gomez going to check in for the Musketeers, and Kiara Dahlman returns here for DePaul. Wasselson leaves. And at the free throw line, it's Marissa Warren. Warren connects. She's 75% from the line to start the night. That's her first points of the night. Played sparingly in the first half, and now in here for a solid 4-minute run for Doug Bruno, so a chance to show what she can do. It's now the lead to its largest of the night at 22. Good give to Ariana Gray, and that layup's up and in.
Really nice job of Xavier emptying out that low post area to get Gray on that cut.
Right now with 18 off the slide. Knocks away a ball at the top of the key. Collected nicely there by Jean. Jean's a forward, a freshman, 6'2", out of Rickton Park, Illinois. Didn't play in the last three. Got a couple minutes against Providence in a 10-point game on December the 14th against Alabama State. Hannah Purcell, a freshman, 6 foot from Annandale, Minnesota, gets in for the first time since Providence as well. Carrie Gross running the floor here for the Musketeers. Ball knocked away nicely there by Stovall. Finds its way to Ashley Gomez, the three zone. Leah Dunham down behind to play the Musketeer point guard. Warren in transition. Good dish to the block. Purcell is fouled on the way up. And Dunham was able to get up and rejoin the play.
Leah Dunham has taken on a lot of responsibility this evening, trying to handle that pressure. Just really had a nice game. Just 2 turnovers, 4 assists, and going to come out of the game 15 points. Logged a lot of minutes as well.
Foul there was on Courtney Prenger for the Musketeers. Xavier's 5th now in the 4th quarter. And Purcell delivers a couple from the free throw line.
You know, we could just see DePaul, in this second half, really start to wear Xavier down. And it's really amazing, this DePaul team, as Carrie Gross gets to the rim and gets fouled. They're in such great condition, DePaul is, and they just keep coming after you, keep coming after. You can get layups and layups, but they're going to pressure you and pressure the ball and still try to turn you over, and then they're going to wear you out to the point where they're just going to take control of the game. There was that stretch there at the end of the 3rd quarter where Xavier really had a chance to make a run and really make this a close game, but DePaul got a couple baskets there at the end of the quarter, and then really they've just been able to extend that lead ever since then.
Gross delivers the 2nd free throw. Knocks that in. Warren really showing some nice moves here for DePaul in this final 4-minute stretch. Say whistle away from the basketball. A 3-second violation. That'll give the ball back to the Musketeers.
That's 16 turnovers for DePaul. DePaul doesn't turn the ball over a whole lot, so Doug Bruno's not going to be happy with that number tonight.
Sharps tries a cross-court pass to Gross, and that ball tied up on the end line there by Purcell. It'll be off Purcell, so Xavier will keep it. Kayla Cottle in for the Blue Demons, 6'1" freshman from Vernon Hills, Illinois. Also in a 10-point game against Alabama State. That ball is short. There's a foul on the rebound. That'll go against the Blue Demons and minus Stovall. Gomez triggers the inbound here for the Musketeers. Sharps left alone for 3, can't find the range. Prenger trying to hustle the rebound down, saves it in. Stovall's after it for the Blue Demons and comes up with it. Now an injury here on the near side is Courtney Prenger. Made some contact with the first row of chairs here, trying to make that hustle play save. Prenger's logged some tough minutes here tonight for the Musketeers. 24 so far for Xavier. And
yeah, she's really gotten.
See, just a freshman trying to make a play, and she goes airborne here and maybe landed a little bit awkward.
I wonder if she just banged her knee against the front of one of those chairs.
Or in the drive, kicks it back out for Cottle. Stovall slashes inside, a layup.
Nice finish by Stovall.
Olivia Jenkins on the floor now for the Musketeers. She is the goalkeeper for the Big East champion Xavier women's soccer team. Jenkins joined Xavier last year about midway through the season. Musketeers needed some help in practice, and Jenkins a big physical presence. Did some fantastic work this season for Nate Lee as Xavier won a Big East championship for the first time. Carrie Gross eyes up and delivers. Missed there from the free throw line.
Mel Moore wasn't able to get Jenkins until later on in the season with a little run in the NCAA tournament, Nate Lee's team.
Second one up and in for Carrie Gross. Deja Ross will come in and relieve Gross for the final 2 minutes. Stovall across for Warren. Some valuable minutes here from both sides. Doug Bruno going to flex his reserves a bit. Warren's been impressive, goes right to the rack there and couldn't get it to fall. Ross couldn't catch that pass right at her knees and commits the over and back violation.
That one was unforced. We've seen a lot of forced turnovers tonight. DePaul has calls, but that one, Deja Ross just didn't catch the ball.
Jean goes inside, and that ball caught in there by Kayla Cottle. Foul there against Ayanna Townsend. That's Xavier's 5th foul here in the quarter.
Well, Ayanna Townsend got quite a bit of playing time in between that 4th foul and that 5th foul. There was 1 minute where she got 4, and then she was able to play another 4 or 5 minutes before picking up that 5th foul.
She fouls out, Rich, for the 8th time this season.
Wow.
That shot no good there from Cottle. Ayanna Townsend has appeared in 17 games and fouled out of 8 of them.
She is getting her money's worth. She's letting everybody on the schedule know that she's around.
Nice rebound in traffic there, 4%. Warren again going to work. Stylish handle for Warren. Stovall working on Gomez. Stovall gets around Gomez and lays it in. Beautiful effort.
We've seen Stovall with some nifty handles and finishes in there with that left hand.
I think the Harlem Globetrotters were in town a couple weeks ago. Somebody watched some tape. Leyendecker going to work. Needs a little contact shot short. And Brusella away with the DePaul rebound now. 36 seconds. Blue Demons going to move to 6-0 here in conference. We'll up the road record to 7-1, 16-2 overall, and we'll move on to play the Butler Bulldogs on Sunday. Blue Demons going to put up 91 points here tonight, and I don't know if you want to call it a quiet 91, if that's possible, but a little different style here for the DePaul Blue Demons. Wasn't completely overwhelming the entire night. Off to a slow start, but a very strong finish here for the Blue Demons.
They just slowly attack you and put you away, and you know this was a tight enough game for Xavier to compete going into that 4th quarter, but they've been dominant, the Blue Demons have, down the stretch.
Sharps here for the Musketeers with 10 seconds. Olivia Jenkins turns, couldn't find the range. Leyendecker comes up with a rebound and a foul with 5.8 seconds to go. It's going to go against Maya Stovall for DePaul. Sarah Leyendecker at the stripe for Xavier. Leyendecker can't connect. Having a great season from the free throw line. She was 26 at 29 coming into tonight, so now 26 at 30. And now back to the other side. Marissa Warren going to dribble out the clock for the DePaul Blue Demons. And the Blue Demons challenged early. Big, strong finish late. They pull out to a 91-68 victory over the Xavier Musketeers. Doug Bruno logs yet another win in his historic tenure with the Blue Demons. And the Musketeers fall now to 2-15 on the season and 1-6 in Big East play.
Well, it was typical DePaul ball. DePaul able to knock down threes and force turnovers throughout the evening. They wear down Xavier, and they go to Indianapolis on Sunday with a 2-game lead on everybody in the conference.
DePaul, an impressive win here. We'll take a quick break and be back with more from Cintas Center on the Big East Digital Network.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in. I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Mike Schmaltz and Rich Hoyt back with you at Cintas Center following a DePaul victory over the Xavier Musketeers. We're joined now by Lexi Held. Big homecoming night for you. You knocked down 5 threes in front of your hometown crowd. You're from Burlington, Kentucky, just across the river here from Cincinnati, Cooper High School. Talk about what it's like to come back and have a nice performance in front of your hometown fans.
You know, it feels great. I had a lot of people come out and support me, which always feels nice, and the fact that I was able to perform well just really tops it all off. And the fact that we were able to get the win, of course.
Coach Bruno talked to us before the game about a minute you were able to get in last year, and it really helped you come into this season. How much more comfortable are you on the floor based on those minutes you had last year?
Oh, for sure. Last year was everything. I mean, getting the experience to play in the game. I mean, we practiced numerous hours, but getting that game experience is something that really just translates each year, and so I was happy to be able to get that under my belt.
Lexi, how much fun is it to play basketball at DePaul? You know, Coach Bruno's style and system where you're able to get the ball. You pretty much got the green light when you're open anytime. You get to run up and down the floor. You get to press, you know, here and there. What's that like?
I think it's a college basketball dream. I mean, there's no restrictions. I mean, just share it or shoot it if you're open. And, you know, the way that we play, it's just so much fun. You know, we get up and down. We have, like you said, the greenest green light in America. So there's really nothing to, you know, worry about or think twice about shooting. So it's really fun to have such a free offense and the way we play.
Now, your high school coach, Nicole Lewandowski, she played here at Xavier, and her senior year was the first year of the Cintas Center, and you put on a shooting exhibition much like she did. Did she give you any tips coming in to play here tonight?
She's a great shooter. I mean, it was the 4 years were fun. Well, even it was 5 years because I played in 8th grade. But yeah, it's always fun coming back here knowing that she has a little bit of history here as well.
Talk a little bit about tonight's game. You challenged early by the Musketeers. You were able to kind of pull away late and showed a little bit of that signature DePaul defense coming down the stretch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't take any opponent for granted. And like you saw, you know, they made a couple runs, but you know, the way that we play, we're able to have more possessions offensively, and you know, we get up in them and our defense turns to offense, and so we're able to just convert and we can go on our runs too. So I was really happy the way that we were able to, you know, stop their run and then take it the other way and be able to, you know, be successful on the offensive end.
Well, the Butler Bulldogs up next for you. You're looking forward to going over to Indianapolis, trying to extend your start to this Big East season to 7-0?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll have a couple people come there too. I mean, it's not too far. So, yeah, just another good, tough game. We don't, you know, there's always a good opportunity to be challenged. So, next game, we're looking forward to it.
Congratulations on a big night tonight. The Lexi Held Midwestern Tour continues over at Indianapolis with the Butler Bulldogs at Hinkle Fieldhouse. That wraps it up for us here on the Big East Digital Network. For Rich Hoyt, and our Big East Digital Network crew, along with Xavier Media Services crew. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We'll see you back next time for women's basketball on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi.